You can find us at BWSSpodcast.com and on Facebook at BWSS Podcast. This is Because We Said So. Let's start the show.
I feel like that voice changes every week.
Maybe.
And now, recording from beautiful and sexy Miami with your hosts, Seth and Laz and Research Lucas.
Not
it's
Research
because
Lucas.
We said so.
Research Lucas decided that he was going to be a little late today. He's like, I thought it was 5 o'clock. I'm like, no, it was 3. And then we switched it to 3:30. And then after like 10 minutes, he's like, just go ahead and start without me then. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and start without him. And that's okay. So when he pops in, he'll... What's that?
He'll be here soon.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is just leave my... leave the computer going, or leave the my phone ringer up and leave the screen on, so at least I can see when he's ready to rock. So anyways, because we said so, we got Seth here in mic 1, Laz over there in mic 2,
Yo.
Lucas just not even there right now, and then we have Elodie in mic 4. So
Hey,
if you
guys.
remember Benoit here about a week ago, this is his sister. And she is very well prepared. She is ready to rock. So we're going to be getting into the U.S. government COVID crisis. It's actually gotten worse than just the president. We're going to talk about swatting. I got something on a $23 million toilet. Did you hear anything about this?
No.
Okay, good. So U.S. Steel is back. Mad cow disease is officially over. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
That's what's still going
So
on.
you know about that?
Yep.
That's kind of good because I'm from France. I wasn't able to actually give blood to help others because of the mad cow disease.
Really?
What?
Yep.
Hold on. Give me 1 second, because Lucas is in.
Oh, now he's ready.
Oh.
Hold on, I think. Well, let's see here. He should be coming.
We could have waited another 10 minutes.
Anyways, well, he said to start without him. I thought he was going to be here for 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so you couldn't give blood? Why is that?
I would get in and do all the papers, and at the end, he asks you that question: have you been to Europe? And obviously, I had multiple times, and because of the mad cow disease, I can't give blood.
Wow. And how long ago was that?
I tried every year. Last time I did it was 2 years ago, and they
So
wouldn't take
still 2
it.
years ago.
When's the last time?
Wow.
Are you where you from?
I went to Milan 2 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's officially over. I hope
Good.
that
Maybe
allows
I
you to
can-
give blood. I guess you can let us know. You give us an update on that. And Wells Fargo is back at it again. So imagine that. Surprise, no surprise. We're
I
gonna
did hear something about that.
Yeah, exactly. What is Lucas doing? He's like, he sends it. I'm here. I'm ready to go. And we don't see him. Lucas, are you there? Are you there, Lucas? Lucas. All right,
can
we'll just
hear
put it. Oh, we can hear you.
hear you.
We just can't
All right.
see you.
I had to cobble something together here.
Oh, yeah. Does anybody have any shout outs out there, by the way?
Nah, not this week.
No?
this
Nobody?
week.
Lucas, any shout outs?
Yeah, Home Depot.
Can you, how about can we get a light on your face maybe?
Yeah, that's one of the things I was trying to cobble together.
All right, that'll fine. And what happened? Look at you, all disheveled and
evil,
shit.
bro.
Yeah. All right, I saw the 330. I saw the 5. I thought we just decided to go with 5.
But there's nothing about 5 after the 3:30.
Yeah, well, I've been busy, and so I've been skimming. That's my
So
fault.
what's your? Well, you can get it together during our first little break, which is coming up after quick news. What is your shout out for Home Depot?
For having the stuff that I need in stock.
Okay,
Because, Seth, you know what I've been doing with the house.
sure.
And that's why I'm disheveled, because I literally have sawdust all over my floor.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, when we take our first little break, you'll be able to, take care of some of that. What were you saying?
I have a shout out.
A shout out? Go for it.
I'm going to do a shout out for Feeding South Florida.
Okay.
On Saturdays, people come open their trunks and I put food in them. So I want to give a shout out for Publix, for anyone, other people who are donating to us to feed South Florida.
Sure.
That's fire.
Sure.
How can we help with that if you want?
You can come and volunteer with me. That would be a cool thing to kind of help.
What
Sure.
days do you go? Oh, what time do you go? Sorry.
So it's from 9 to 11. I do it every Saturday. It's right by the W. So it's on 2100 on Collins Avenue. Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, that being said, I have one shout out, Christina Kachaya. She is our new social media manager, guru, curator. So she's going to be handling all of our social media because I suck at it. I think it's pretty clear. And just, bringing somebody on who's able to do it really, really well. Putting together a plan for us to, really attack social media, getting it out there, getting the right hashtags, like all that important stuff that I really just don't know anything about and have the time for. So very excited to get started with her. That being said, we are going to move into everyone's favorite segment.
It's time for Quick News.
So that being the case, I'm going to start off CNN. Well, first of all, Lucas, did you have any quick news?
No.
No doubt. All right. CNN Parrots and Wildlife Park moved after swearing at visitors. You guys hear about this? Okay. So 5 parrots have been removed from a public view at a British wildlife park after they started swearing at customers.
Oh, the birds.
Yeah. It just went ballistic. They were all swearing. The venue's chief executive, Steve Nichols, told CNN Travel on Tuesday, "We're a little concerned about the children. I get called a fat twat every time I walk past," Nichols complained. It didn't actually say twat. It actually had the asterisk in there, T asterisk asterisk T. I assume that's what he meant. So when you hear me swearing, it wasn't actually written in there. I pretty much figured it out. I'm a smart guy. Anyway, so African gray parrots named Eric, Jade, Elise, Tyson, and Billy were given to the park from 5 different owners within the same week. A shared quarantine facility together, and they started swearing at each other. But staff immediately noticed the birds shared a propensity to fly off the handle. They literally, within a very short period of time, started swearing at each other. "Fuck off" is the most common one. Most customers enjoy the talent once the parents were displayed. The visitors were giving them as much back as what they were giving to them, Nichols said. But concern for younger customers forced the staff to split up the birds. So
It's funny. There was they kept encouraging each other to curse.
Well, that's the thing. It's 5 of them that all came together, and you wonder if one of them knew how to swear and taught it to the other ones, or if they all it's crazy.
Yeah, but they don't know what the hell they're
It's
doing.
pretty funny. No, they
It's
don't.
hilarious.
They
Yeah.
don't. But they get a reaction, and they're like, "Hell yeah!" So, all right, I'm gonna do one more, and then last we'll go to yours. Philadelphia Inquirer. Coatesville, Conshohocken steel plant are sold as a brash CEO makes a big bet on American steel. So basically, Conshohocken, Coatesville, outside of Philadelphia. Philadelphia is Lucas and mine, home area. And I actually graduated from Coatesville. But that being said, there's a big steel mill there and one in Conshohocken as well. And they got bought out. Big Ohio steelmaker agreed to pay $1.4 billion in stock and cash for ArcelorMittal USA's 19 steel mills and iron mines, including plants in Conshohocken and Coatesville. The deal puts much of the American steel industry back in the U.S. control. So basically, one of the big things we're trying to do is not get our steel from China, and this is actually going to keep that from happening in a very, very large scale. A lot of it because of the tariffs that Trump put on. So definitely one of the positive things to come out of that. This and other acquisitions will transform the Ohio company into North America's largest maker of flat-rolled steel, using everything from cars to appliances. With 25,000 employees, $17 billion a year in sales, and a large debt. Our success will not come from low prices. It will come from quality and the ability to deliver on time. The Coatesville plant produces steel from scrap and electric arc furnace and makes up to 900 tons annually. The Coatesville and Conshohocken plants make some of the widest and thickest steel and heaviest steel plates in the industry. So let's hear it for, American steel coming back, hometown area where I grew up, definitely on the map a little bit with that. And that's pretty much it. What you got, Lance?
Everywhere.
Yeah, no doubt.
Excellent. Exploding Takata airbag inflator kills Arizona driver.
What? Wait, Takata, is that the name of the company that makes the airbag?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're for Honda's, probably Acura's too.
Sure.
And they had a recall for 100 million of them. But 63 million got recalled. This is from
Wow.
Fox News.
Sure.
And 11.1 million have not been fixed.
Wow.
So that means a lot of people are just on the road, like waiting to explode anytime.
They're actually, a lot of people just don't even want to take their car in for that crap.
It's a 2002. So, I mean, how many of those are still on the road?
Wow.
Yeah.
You can do that's like, you can do an actual recall for that far back?
Yeah, they do.
People, wow.
I remember one time Toyota did a recall on a Camry, but they were just like, you should just not be driving it anymore. It's that old. Like,
Sure.
But
Sure.
I mean, that's fire though. I mean, but this, I don't know. I have recalls on my car, but it's nothing stupid. Something's for like a headlight,
Sure.
and then something. I'm not going to go
Yeah,
waste
yeah,
my
yeah.
whole day.
I think I
forever
have
for it.
one for my one of my cars too, actually. I haven't taken it in. All
Yeah,
right.
for something
well,
serious, like a seatbelt or an airbag, I'll probably take it.
of course.
Yeah.
For sure. What's that, Elodie?
I got a brand new Hyundai 2019. I had to change the rotors twice. My compressor blew.
For your AC?
Yeah.
Wait, you bought it brand new?
Yep. Brand new.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
I can keep going on that.
so how much of that was recall
that's
and
a
how much
beef.
of that was shit going
So
wrong?
when I finally got the recall and I called them, they're like, "No, we're not taking your car in."
Why?
Why?
Don't know. So now I'm trying to deal with the lemon law,
Oh
and
my
that's not going very well
God.
either.
Well, it was a brand new car. Like your first driver, first owner, everything.
Everything.
Fuck, dude.
3
That's
months
crazy.
into the car, the rotors were bad. We changed the brake pads twice, and then, like I said, my
they gotta get a whole
compressor
fucking new
blew.
car.
The lights were not working behind, and now I gotta change my honk.
Don't they have like
Horn?
aren't they the ones
Yeah,
with
my
like a
horn.
10-year, 100,000
10-year, 100,000
Yeah,
mile
but that's the brakes
powertrain.
Yeah, the brakes aren't covered. Same with the tires as wear items.
But rotors, wouldn't rotors be
in
covered?
3 months, bro?
I learned about rotors because I didn't know the whole thing, and
Sure.
apparently, when it stays in the parking lot too long, they shave them, and whatever it
Well,
was.
here's the thing. If you're not using them, rust will accumulate on them
But
from
still,
rain.
But it'll
it's a
still-
and
brand
it'll
new.
rust it away.
3
Using them
months
brusts
old,
the
bro.
rust off.
3 months?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. 3 months is not that
there's
long.
No way, bro.
I've been
Yeah.
fighting over a year now.
That's
to-
why, like, if you get in your car for the first time in a while and you hit the brakes, you hear that little bit of a grinding
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah.
It's just the rust coming off. Otherwise, you're not going to hear that noise.
Yep.
Lucas is smiling. Like, look at Seth with the Carfax. Can we see
No,
your
it's-
fancy sign now that your green screen's not there?
Which sign?
Your fancy sign.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
You're this.
BBC, UK beef exports to resume to the US after more than 20 years. British beef is back on the US menus for the first time in more than 20 years as exports restart on Wednesday. The beef was banned after a BSE outbreak in 1996 when cattle were infected with what became commonly known as mad cow disease. 2019, the US Food Safety Inspection Service undertook a series of audits at UK beef, pork, lamb, and lamb facilities. Pork exports to the U.S. continue as usual, while exports of lamb have yet to commence. So yeah, I mean, it's it. That's it for Mad Cow. So hopefully you can donate
we
some
haven't
blood.
had a piece of steak or beef from Europe at all.
UK for 20 years.
So I've never had one from over there.
I didn't know it was that. I figured it was. I remember Mad Cow, but I don't remember. I didn't realize we were still going with that
I
crap.
didn't know we imported
Yeah.
beef from them.
Well, we import a lot of beef. So, but it's good for them. They're gonna be able to generate a lot more revenue, which is helpful.
They better
And
come out with
hopefully
something
we won't have
fire.
to grow so much beef.
I know we
So-
get fish from. We have
What? You got beef?
Dover soles.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I hear ya.
Interesting.
All right. So BBC, 1,600 customers say Wells Fargo paused their mortgage payments without their consent. Some 1,600 Wells Fargo customers say their bank paused their mortgage payments, according to correspondence the bank sent to two U.S. senators in August and September. The letters, obtained exclusively by NBC News, also indicate that the bank didn't know how many customers have been affected by its practice of placing them in so-called forbearance programs, raising the questions about Wells Fargo's internal controls. Placing customers in unwanted forbearance can cause harm to borrowers' credit reports by making it seem as though they aren't making required payments when they are. The conduct can also prevent borrowers from refinancing their home loans to benefit from record low interest rates. At the time, Wells Fargo said it was trying to help borrowers potentially harmed by the pandemic by proactively pausing their mortgage payments. Wells Fargo said it changed its practices to require affirmative requests from a customer for providing a forbearance. So basically, they changed the rules. So okay, we have to make sure we have a customer says to do
I
it.
said I want you to do it. That makes no sense.
Like you're gonna wait till now to have that freaking rule? Dude,
makes
Wells
no
Fargo.
sense.
Remember we covered them back in the day when they were like just
That's
giving.
my bank still.
I still have it.
A lot of my friends have it. They were giving bank accounts to
Uh-huh.
people that didn't want it. They were getting freaking credit cards, like savings accounts, and just
I remember.
opening accounts in people's names. Some bullshit. So you're still with
besides
them?
the bullshit. Yeah,
I still have them.
They're still customer service is fine.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This is the background shit we
Wait,
don't
you still
know.
have the accounts they opened in your name?
Oh no, they never opened an account in my
Okay.
name.
No,
Yeah.
the same.
Okay. All right. So, Business Insider, a $500 restaurant card is being mailed to unemployed people in Hawaii that can be used on food orders, including alcohol and tip. The Hawaii Chamber of Commerce will be giving out $500 gift cards for unemployed Hawaii residents to use as at restaurants as a ways to bolster the state's economy. The cards, valid from October 20th to December 15th, can cover the entire restaurant bill. Cards will be sent out automatically to those who qualify and can be used only at restaurants within the state. According to Honolulu Civil Beat, around 100,000 people will be getting these cards.
That's fire.
Officially called the Hawaii Restaurant Card. Hell yeah, that's fire. Getting a $500 card just to go wherever you want for dinner
And you could tip
or
on
lunch.
it.
And you could use tip and alcohol.
That's cool.
That is cool. The question is, would you go
Come on,
out?
Florida. What's up?
Would you go out for a really fat dinner or two, or would you just use it for small
It
dinners?
depends how my life was going. Do I have money or not? But if unemployed, the smart thing to do was to just use it
Elodie?
slowly.
I will
Yeah.
go for a fat dinner.
Would you? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm kind of leaning towards like 2 semi-fat dinners, Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably spread it out.
Yeah, okay. Pork fried rice down the street. That's what I would
I mean,
do.
obviously, it's for unemployed workers, so I'm
Sure.
pretty sure they're not doing.
Yeah.
Most
well.
likely. Most likely. Still, though, I mean, a lot of the smaller restaurants are the local people. They're not the chains, the mom
yeah,
and
that's true.
pops. So they're probably going to benefit quite a bit.
And remember, Hawaii is expensive.
Hawaii is
If-
is it expensive? It's here. I really have no idea expensive. Well, I know Elena, I might have mentioned this on the show before. There was a time where she was just obsessed with this "We're Moving to Hawaii" show. So it would feature these couples. They get shown 3 different houses, 3 different price points. And literally, she's like on season 10. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, no, but they're so cheap. We should get a house. Like, what are we going to just move to Hawaii?
No,
But based
life
on
in
that, it looks
Hawaii
like
is
they're cheap.
expensive.
Hawaii is expensive.
Yeah.
Everything in Hawaii is expensive. But
Because everything's got to get shipped in.
basically, if they did that in Florida and you lived in, I don't know, Orlando or Fort Myers,
Sure.
everything's cheaper in Fort Myers.
Sure.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I saw a documentary where they have to ship in Christmas trees.
I believe. Oh, of course. Yeah. I guess
so your
that
Christmas
makes
tree probably
sense.
cost $100. How much does a Christmas tree cost here?
It depends on the size.
Yeah,
They go
I
from
mean,
20
fif-
to 100.
Yeah, I mean, you can get them for more up
So-
north, where Lucas and I, live or from whatever. You can just go to a tree farm, cut it down yourself. It's all they do is they
And-
just have tree farms. They're amazing.
And actually, speaking of that, do you remember the one with the train?
No,
All right.
I mean, our tree with a train.
Yeah, the local tree place where you go to chop one down, they go take you out in the middle of the woods with a train and they bring it back.
No, I never saw
Oh,
that.
that's cool though.
Really?
Where was this? Yeah,
Pomeroy.
really?
Yeah, across the street from Stottsville.
Okay, Stottsville Inn.
Yeah.
I know the tree farm. You know
Yeah.
what? It was a little train.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
Yeah,
like
the tr-
cool. You
that-
could take your kid. That's something like you could take your kid with you. And
Yeah,
100%.
Choose
Yeah, for
the
sure.
tree you want.
It was cool.
My
It was
daughter
cool.
was-
Yeah,
was
I
the
do
most
remember.
Train's,
one.
train's gone.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole thing,
Research
but they
Lucas.
sold it, but they don't. They didn't use it for development. They actually used it for a farm.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's
Go to
good
my
that they
book.
use it for a farm. All right. Last one. Business Insider. NASA is launching an experimental $23 million toilet to the space station on Thursday, but its designers worry it's too stinky. So NASA plans to use its Orion spacecraft to fly astronauts to the moon. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a new spacecraft. They're going to go to the moon with it, and it actually looks pretty cool. And they're planning to do it as early as 2023. But first, engineers have to figure out how to make the capsule's toilet less stinky. A model of the toilet is launching into the International Space Station on Thursday night, where astronauts will test it out before NASA installs an upgraded version on its Orion spaceship, which is slated to fly a crew to the moon as early as 2023. So essentially, ISS is that's, if you remember correctly, I wonder if Tom Cruise had anything to do with this. Listen, I'm going up there. You guys got to get me a new toilet.
I did a $23 million toilet.
So that they're going to be testing it out, and then based on the feedback they get, they're going to make upgrades before they put it in Orion. Because weight requirements for anything launched off Earth are extremely strict, all space toilets must be lightweight, but relying on small motors for powerful suction forces them to work hard. That means they're noisy. Because Orion is mostly made of aluminum alloy, it's a big aluminum can. Jason Hutt, the Orion spaceship's engineering lead, told Business Insider. The noise of the toilet's whirring fan, clicking valves, and clanking machinery will reverberate throughout the ship. So that means no one's going to the bathroom without everybody fucking knowing. So you could have that tucked in the basement. There's no basement at the Alamo. You could have that tucked in the basement, and they're still going to hear about it. So
what do they do now?
Good question, Lucas.
Actually,
you want to look up what they have now? I'm just wondering, do they sit down on something, or these
gravity, bro?
Chances are they have a strap.
I mean, are you getting you just put it in there and it just kind of sucks it out?
I don't want to do that shit either.
I'm not putting my penis in anything that's going to be putting some suction. That's for sure.
All they have is a funnel and a hose.
So it says here, astronauts can urinate into a long tube with a vacuum system sucking away the waste. I guess moving forward.
Yeesh.
So you stick it in something.
And then
Okay.
Oh man.
All right. Well, hopefully the upgrades are gonna, help everybody.
Hey,
out.
there's women astronauts also, right?
What's that?
It says the airflow keeps everything going down the pipe.
And
okay.
Okay.
So I guess artificial gravity on that one
for ladies.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. For number 2, do you have to sit down? How does that work?
Probably the same tube
And just good Lord.
I don't know.
I didn't look for number 2. Sorry.
All right, it's okay. All right. So anyway, we don't have to spend that much on number 2. I'm sure the fans will be completely fine with that.
Is it personal, or you share
It
that?
looks like a toilet.
What's that, Lucas?
It looks like a toilet.
It does look a toilet? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
the new one looks like a toilet. All right, website, BWSS Podcast, Facebook, Twitter at BWSS Podcast. Pretty soon, we're going to be a lot more active, as you guys know, once again, with our social media. Once again, Christina Kachai, I really appreciate you coming on board. And email contact at BWSS Podcast. And we're moving up. We're up to 43 on YouTube. We're slowly creeping up. As soon as we hit 100, we can get a real freaking web address, which would be nice. Right now, no web address for YouTube, but we'll be getting it soon. All right, we're going to take our first little break, and then we come back. We're going to be jumping into the U.S. government COVID crisis, and once again, we're going to get into swatting. So
COVID time.
That's it. We'll be right back. Boom. All right, so I guess we're back. We're going to jump in. We're going to jump right into the U.S. government COVID crisis. So we all know what's going on with President Trump getting COVID and how it's spread out. Actually have the timeline here. So I'm going to actually just really briefly go over where it started, and we can jump right in. It all started last Thursday. We think there's been a little bit of the doctor said he had it for 72 hours, but that would have mean Wednesday. So we're not sure, but the reports came out on Thursday. And all started with New York Times. The Trump says he'll begin quarantine process after Hope Hicks tests positive for coronavirus. President Trump said late Thursday on Twitter that he and the First Lady, Melania Trump, would begin the quarantine process as they await results of a coronavirus test they took after a senior advisor who is often with the couple tested positive. It was not immediately clear what Mr. Trump meant by the quarantine process, and White House officials declined to immediately provide any guidance. As of 11:30 p.m. on Thursday, the president still had a full day of events planned on Friday. And then early Friday morning, 12:54 a.m., he tweets, "Tonight, First Lady of the United States and I test positive for COVID-19. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together." So essentially, somebody tested positive. He's like, I got to get tested. And then they find out that he has it. And here we go. So I took a poll online. I'm surprised, super surprised at how many people think it's fake news. And we had 34 responses, not enough, but certainly enough to report. 52% think that it's true. 32% think that it's fake news. And then 16%, they're not sure. So my question is,
not that bad.
It's not that bad. But why would it, what I understand is why would he make this up?
Well, for many reasons. I mean, the election is in 33 days?
Sure.
Something like that. So he's been so against it.
So against the election, correct?
Maybe he's going to be like, once he gets out of it, oh, this is real, or trying to now go with this whole COVID and wear your mask. And that's what I think.
It's possible. It's possible.
I just think it's super strange because now it's not just him. It's also the New Jersey Chris
Christie.
He's
Yep.
positive.
Yep.
Like everybody now.
People that were
strange.
close to him recently are catching it, and the people that were at the Supreme Court, we'll get into it, the people that the Supreme Court confirmation hearing, a lot of them got it too, and that's where a lot of it came from.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you want to talk about we were at the peak of COVID. They were not wearing a mask.
Sure.
No one ever got anything.
A lot of people who went to that event that he went to,
Nothing.
Everybody that wasn't wearing the mask are the people that have it right now. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's up to like 7 people, and a lot of them were at that. But it could take some time for other people to start showing symptoms.
I don't know.
Freaking A. All right,
It's super strange.
Since then, on Friday, the president's former counselor, Kellyanne Conway, announced she had tested positive and had mild symptoms. Washington Post White House chief of staff says Trump's vitals over the past 24 hours are very concerning. So Kellyanne Conway, we know who she was. She was basically his right-hand man for a while. She tested positive. At a Saturday morning news conference, this is last Saturday, members of Trump's medical team at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center said the president is fever-free and that they are extremely happy with the progress he has made. But Mark Meadows, the White House chief of staff, said Trump went through a very concerning period over the last day. The president's vitals over the last 24 hours were very concerning, and the next 48 hours will be critical in terms of his care, Meadows said. We're not still on a clear path of full recovery.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
The whole oxygen level,
Yeah,
and then he had to change what he said, and that's why it makes
And
it
that's
just...
the thing. The doctors are saying one thing, and then this other guy who's the White House chief of staff is kind of saying it the way it is. And that's where people are like, come on, man. Like, even with this, we can't get a clear freaking picture.
But at least we know it's real. Like, I knew it was real. I didn't know it was real, but I believed it was real.
Sure.
But at least we know that he actually has it. It's not some type of hoax or
But we
a game.
don't know, though.
That's the thing. Like,
How do you
people,
really know?
Like Elodie says that
I'm
maybe
sorry,
he doesn't.
but they can say whatever they
Yeah,
want.
and then just
I mean, look what's
add
happened
more
with the
people to it as well.
elections.
I just don't see how
I
they
just
could get
don't know.
away with it being fake news. Though,
There's
like,
so much stuff they
That's
get
too
away with
much, bro.
all the
I mean,
time.
somebody has to work at that hospital that's going to expose, like, yo, he's not even here. Like,
but
come on.
he had that photo op, like the president of the United States doing work. You see him like writing on the thing.
He
and
looked fine to me. His hair was a little bit messed up.
He did
you
look
know?
fine. And between the two, there's 2 different pictures taken, and somebody did the research into like when they were taken. They're like 10 minutes apart. And somebody, I didn't look, but somebody said it was a blank piece of paper that he was writing on.
Yep.
So it's like
With a
completely,
Sharpie.
completely staged. So Trump's medical team also suggested the president knew he tested positive for the coronavirus earlier than reported. Sean P. Colney, Trump's physician, said we are 72 hours into the diagnosis. So that's what I was saying. The physician's like 72 hours in, which would be Wednesday, but then he had to come back and say Trump's physician said in a White House memo that he spoke incorrectly about the timing of. So he's like, oops, my bad.
What day did we record the show last week? Tuesday or Wednesday?
We recorded on a Tuesday, like during and right before and after the debate.
So that's like what, 24, 48, 72. That's Friday.
Yeah.
So then he knew when he went to the debate.
Well, that's what they're saying. Well, no, I mean, so 72 hours. He said that on Saturday, so that would have been Wednesday. That would have been the day after the debate.
Okay. Oh, he said Saturday. But Trump tweeted Friday night.
Sure. So Mitch McConnell. So the whole Supreme Court nomination thing, yada, yada, yada. So Mitch McConnell, who is trying to get the Supreme Court justice in, cancels Senate votes for the next 2 weeks. So basically, no votes in the Senate for the next 2 weeks, but we can still have the Supreme Court confirmation hearing.
Yeah, here we go.
Like, it's not the biggest sack of bullshit you've ever seen in your life. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced Saturday that he was canceling state votes for the next 2 weeks after 3 senators tested positive for coronavirus and others said they would quarantine as a precaution. But he made clear that the Senate Judiciary Committee's confirmation hearing for the Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett would move ahead anyway. So yeah, basically, okay, we're canceling votes, but we're still out of this crap to go.
There we go with the bullshit.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's crazy.
Everything. And then they were saying, I don't know if you read that Trump might be going home or back tomorrow.
Bullshit.
If things are better. And come on, you guys.
Yes, well, they're saying he has to quarantine for 10 days, but isn't the standard 14 days?
It's impossible. But the thing is, it's impossible for that. Like, with the same thing with the football, we're going to talk about it too, right?
Oh,
it's like, how are you going to, how is somebody that doesn't take care of themselves going to quarantine? Like,
true.
Somebody feeds you. The only thing somebody probably does do is give a shower.
Leave the shit outside the door. You know, you're in prison. Just open the gate, get my food, go back inside. That's how I envision it. If I was in my house, that's what I'd be doing. Like, just leave it outside. I'll grab it. I'll just stay right freaking here.
But these people are at this level and who have the money. He's probably had the COVID for 72 hours. Who knows how many people he's getting in contact with every day?
They're gonna start coming out with it.
Or
he
doesn't have it.
Or he doesn't have it.
Or he doesn't. There we go.
It is possible.
So
but
the other,
I just don't see how he could get away with it.
The other politicians, then that means like it's a whole conspiracy. The other politicians that were there with him as well.
Well, that's the thing. The other politicians,
I'm half and half.
Because Biden said,
Biden doesn't have shit. But the problem is he was so against it. It was such bullshit. It's gonna go away miraculously. It's just like the flu. Blah 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 blah. And then for him to catch it, I feel like he would it would just completely go against what he's been saying.
So maybe that's
the whole play. Like, yeah, look,
that's
it's gone. They come back on Thursday. Like, I beat it.
I'm fine. I was sick for 4 days.
Yeah,
had the damn speakers on again, Lucas.
And apparently they did these weird mixing things that they didn't do before on him, and it worked apparently now.
Sure. Yeah, that's right. It's your fault, Lucas, because we got to hear you.
What?
I left the monitors on again. I just turned them back off. So Senate Minority Leader Charles E. Schumer said the Democrat, basically the counterpart to Mitch McConnell, said the cancellation of upcoming votes makes clear senators cannot conduct business as usual. If it's too dangerous to have the Senate in a session, it is also too dangerous for committee hearings to continue. Leader McConnell and Chairman Graham drive to confirm Judge Barrett at all costs needlessly threatens the health and safety of senators, staff, and all those who work at the Capitol complex. Basically said what I just said. If you can't have freaking votes, then how the hell are you going to have the hearing for the Supreme Court person? So
that needs to be rushed before the election, okay?
Dude. Well, here's the thing. We're going to get into this as well. But if those senators that caught it aren't able to come back, they're not going to be able to get this through. I mean, this really changes the landscape, the possible landscape for the Supreme Court. Chris Christie is from the Hill, test positive for COVID-19 after helping Trump with debate preparation. I just received word that I am positive for COVID-19. I want to thank all my friends and colleagues who have reached out to ask how I was feeling in the last day or two, Christie tweeted. I will be receiving medical attention today and will keep the necessary folks appraised of my condition. So
I heard he's going to be quarantining on the beach.
Oh, God. Yeah, he did that. I remember that. Oh, my God. They closed the beaches down or something like that in New Jersey.
Yep.
And then he just goes out there with his family and just hangs out on the
Private
beach when the freaking
beach.
beaches are closed.
Really?
Private
Yeah,
beach.
what a dumbass. Seriously. So he was at the White House last Saturday for Trump's announcement that they were nominating the new Supreme Court Judge Amy Coney Barrett. So he was there. He's also helping Trump with debate preparation, which is hilarious. Chris Christie helping with debate preparation. So he got it too. And actually, Rudy Giuliani was there also. Kellyanne Conway got it, and Christie got it. Rudy Giuliani has yet to get it. So he did not wear masks, he said, and nobody really did. So, and then, yeah, 2 senators got it also. Mike Lee of Utah and Tom Tillis of North Carolina that announced that they tested positive.
Can they quarantine together?
I don't know. I mean, I would.
I
Might
don't
as
think
well.
that would be a good idea for America.
What's that?
If they all get stuck together in a building for 14 days.
Because like think about it, like if all of us test positive, we could just all hang out. And
Probably.
not do anything crazy.
Be better than sitting by your damn self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
14 days. Ugh.
So, but at the same time, if it's a situation which I don't know, like, okay, it's out of my system and then I catch it from you again. So that might not be the best situation.
What
I would
is
imagine.
the retransmission rate?
Well, I know people can get it again. People have. It's very, very rare, but they have been putting it out. But yeah, look it up. See if you can find it.
Research Lucas.
So, greater concern for Republicans is Senate floor vote for which lawmakers do need to be present to vote, and for the GOP has no margin of error. If Tillis and Lee were to be gone for an extended period, it would threaten the chance of confirming Barrett, given the Republicans 53-47 majority. Already, 2 other Republicans, Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, have signaled they are unlikely to vote for Barrett because they think the high court selection should be made by whoever wins the White House on November 3rd. So basically, 2 Republicans already said no, we're not going to vote for it. And then you've got 2 that aren't going to make it. So all of a sudden, if those 2 don't vote for it and you got 2 that aren't going to make it, they can't really get it through. And what's interesting also is you need at least 51% of the Senate to be there to vote. So if 3 Republicans can't make it, even get it into vote, the Democrats certainly aren't going to show up for this vote. So they won't even be able to vote on whether or not they want to appoint her to get her in. So there's a lot going on with the Supreme Court.
So they just defaultly don't come. You're
Yeah,
good.
pretty
Can't vote
much.
anyways.
Pretty much, because the 3rd senator, Ron Johnson, he tested positive now. He's a senior senator from Wisconsin. So now that's 3 Republican senators that have it right now. And I think the next hearing is set for the 14th. Lucas, can you look that up?
What a way to go for the people that were saying it's not even that big of a deal right now.
Yeah, surprise.
What the
Surprise.
What was that question? I heard you needed me to look something up. I didn't hear.
When October 14th, see if that is the Senate hearings for Amy Coney Barrett. I'm pretty sure that's when they're planning on getting everyone in to, grill her or give her softball questions and all that crap. So, and now his campaign manager, and this is all in sequential order, campaign manager Bill Stepien diagnosis is the latest blow to reeling re-election effort. He plans to maintain control of the campaign while in quarantine. So now Donald Trump's campaign manager has it. So the person who's supposed to be running his campaign while he's not there can't run his campaign because he's not there.
This is exactly how the fuck they said the shit spreads, bro. Like, yo.
Everyone's going to get it now.
Do you think they're talking and they're like, wow, did you guys expect this? This is some shit, huh?
This is
Maybe
the
we are
fucking
completely
plan.
stupid.
But wait, you guys don't think this is strange?
I don't think it's strange at all. They are all at the Rose Garden for Amy Coney Barrett's hearing. They weren't wearing masks, and they were the ones who caught it.
But they won't wear masks before, months ago, and
That's
nothing
true,
ever
but
happened.
somebody in that room or in there had it and gave it to somebody else.
Maybe
I
it's
just don't know what to.
so
I don't know
everybody.
anymore.
So it's a
I don't know.
conspiracy with
But
all
you're
of
not,
them, Elodie.
but what you think isn't unusual.
No, I don't-
32% of our poll.
I don't believe in that either.
What's
It's
that?
just the conspiracy. It's just so strange. Everything.
The timing is super
That's what
strange.
makes it strange.
Super strange. I just don't see what Trump could possibly gain. I mean, your theory is
Well,
interesting.
maybe now kind of saying, well, that he believes or the math works or
I mean,
who knows what he would come
that's
up
a
with.
theory that I think makes sense. Like, hey guys, I got it. You're right. We got to tackle this. Vote for me now. It makes sense. But man, what a like. There's just so many moving
I mean,
parts
people
to
don't
pulling
wish him
this
well
off.
out there. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've
which
read
is
the
messed up.
things.
In fact, Twitter got in a lot of trouble because they basically put out a statement saying we will not tolerate wishing death upon people,
Yep.
blah blah blah. And then people are like, "Well, bitch, I'm black, or I'm Hispanic, or I'm gay, or
shit.
you know, what about all the people that threaten my life, the Nazis, and then this and that?" So Twitter's in a lot of shit right now because they didn't protect these people, but they're protecting Trump. I agree that everybody should be protected, and I think it's classy. And also Biden not running any negative ads against Donald Trump while he's dealing with this, which I think is
Nothing.
really, really nice as well. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely shouldn't wish death upon anybody. Though.
No,
That's
dude.
crazy.
I
You don't
hope
want
that,
to, that's true.
You know, I mean, I don't wish anything bad on Trump, you know? Like, he's legit doing the best that he thinks he can do and what he thinks is right. And granted, what one person thinks is right is different from another, you know, but you can never judge somebody's motivations. You can't. And, you know, I don't wish him, you know, any ill will. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Here's another one. The Daily Beast, Republican National Convention Chair Ronna McDaniel tests positive for COVID-19. So the Republican National Committee. So basically, the entity that is in charge of running the Republicans, making sure that they're all on the same message, you know, all the donations and fundraising and all that. So that person got it also. So now yep.
they're all going to be getting it because
Anybody part of the
let's
campaign
say
is getting
he
it.
does have it. He
They
had it
should.
before. So everyone's going to get, look, tomorrow there's going to be more. The next day is going to be more. Everyone's going to have it in there.
So I've been looking. I mean, we're recording this at 4:00 we started. And up until then, there was not a whole lot of new stuff that had happened. But I agree. I mean, and a lot of stuff you're not going to, on Sundays, I noticed when I was really watching the numbers, you wouldn't get a lot of results on Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday would start to go up because, you know, testing facilities weren't running on the weekends. Obviously, for these centers and stuff, they're going to keep it going. And here's another one, Trump body man. The body man is basically the person, the right-hand man, handles the papers, you know, make sure that, you know, the freaking, you all right over there?
Yep.
Drop your phone. Dropping the research tablet.
Well, just little things keep popping here
Sure.
and there.
But anyway, so the body man, basically the right-hand man, you know, handles the papers, make sure that everything around him, you know, is taken care of. You need, you know, let's get him a cup of coffee, stuff like that. White House aide Nick Luna, who serves as a personal attendant to Donald Trump, tests positive for coronavirus infection, according to people familiar with the matter. Luna's diagnosis emerged a little more than 24 hours after Trump entered the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. So this is today. I mean, this happened today on Sunday. So he's got it now too. So if Trump was not able to stand for election, so let's say for some reason, I don't know, incapacitated or something worse or whatever. Do you guys have any? I looked this up because I was curious. Do you guys have any idea what happens then?
I was actually going to ask. I have no idea.
For the election. No idea, Lucas?
No idea.
What was that question? Sorry, I got 2 articles I'm trying to look up for you.
Sure. So if Trump can't be on the ballot for whatever reason, let's say incapacitated, or let's say actually incapacitated might still be on. But do you know what happens?
No, I was actually wondering that myself, whether he's still in the hospital or even with the further debates, whether they should be canceled.
So
or
if
put
he
off.
can't be on the ballot, then the Republicans have to choose somebody to replace him on the ballot.
The last person, or
That's
Yeah.
what.
So it's not, it's a lot of people, and I thought too, all right, it goes to Pence. It doesn't. They got to choose somebody new, which could be Pence.
Oh, I thought it went directly to him. So they
Well,
actually
Pence
have to
takes
choose.
over. He's the official president.
if
but
something happens to him
He
right now.
can't be on the ballot. It doesn't mean Pence is going to be the next person on the ballot.
Let me ask you a question. If the president of the Republican president decided not to run, would they just put somebody else?
They choose somebody else. Yeah.
Okay.
Has that ever happened?
But does anybody that's why I was curious about. What if you're somebody else, another Republican, just like, you know what, I want to be president instead of this guy. Can they do that?
They do it, but they would still have to go through. So the way it works is you go through all these polls, you know, all the elections before the elections.
Still has to choose you.
And then, but the Republican convention has to choose you. Yeah. And they can choose whoever they want, you know, essentially.
So you could not get chosen even if you're already president.
If you're not already president, they could choose somebody else. Yeah. They could say Trump, no. But when you're already president, I don't know if it's ever happened.
Most presidents do two terms.
I don't think
so.
it ever has.
I don't know if it's most, but I mean, recently it's been like that. Clinton, Obama,
most in our lives. Bush,
George Bush. Yeah, for sure.
Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got anything, Lucas, over there? You're working really hard.
Yeah, I'm working really hard trying to find one that's at least as close to what you've been asking as possible.
Sure.
As far as if Trump is incapacitated or unfit to serve, allows the vice president, together with a majority of either the principal officers in the executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide.
So, I mean,
yeah.
Pence would take over, and then if he couldn't do it, it would go to Nancy Pelosi. Could you imagine that? Nancy Pelosi running the freaking, oh, dude, that would not be good. But then
Also,
as far as the election, it's gonna go. It's just they're gonna have to find somebody else. What else you got?
the Supreme Court is actually going to be on October 12th.
Oh, it's the 12th. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Research
from
Lucas.
WebMD, it seems like only so far one man has gotten it twice that they have confirmed.
One man has gotten it twice. I think it was a guy in China, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much all we got.
I know someone who got tested and they had the antibodies and they never knew that they had the COVID.
That's
Yeah,
a lot of people
they-
are like that. I feel like
they-
I would be like that because I don't get the flu. I don't get sick at all.
that means that they had it already.
They had it, yeah,
They
but
had it and it went away.
they
Yeah,
didn't
they
have
had
any
it and it went away.
symptoms. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Super carriers, I think they call them, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, this is real quick. This isn't going to be a whole discussion, but yeah, now it's starting to hit the NFL. So, 2 NFL games have been canceled. Chiefs Patriots coming up because Cam Newton has it. And I think they're trying to push it off until Monday now. So the game might actually be pushed off, but depending on what happens with other people testing positive, it might actually get pushed off again.
That like the same thing. It's
They
impossible.
might stop
bro.
that because the whole Tennessee team, right?
Yeah.
got
So
all
Tennessee
COVID, so-
Steelers pushed off 8 Tennessee players and then 18, including the Tennessee and the staff. And I think as of today, there were a couple more. So like a major
You
part,
gotta
like
understand, you're
20%.
1%. You're dealing with trainers. You're dealing with medical staff.
You're dealing with delivery,
everybody,
average.
and then delivery people. You're basically a physical sport. It's football. You got to hit. You got to touch. Like
I mean, it's not like baseball where the closest you could potentially get to somebody is like standing at home plate or like on first or second base or whatever.
for a few seconds.
But football,
Yeah,
dude,
like-
yeah. I mean, it's impossible. I actually.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on.
I just looked up the
Research
average
Lucas.
staff size of an NFL team.
It's like 120 people.
No,
Oh, hell
more than
no.
that.
Oh, really?
No. Of the 32 NFL teams employ on average 3,739 people,
Holy shit.
There we go.
Wow.
including players, concession workers, and office staff.
Construction
for
workers?
this.
Concession work.
Con-
Oh, concession.
Concession.
I was like, okay, well, I guess they
I mean,
got a little side
Pretty
hustle.
sure they have maintenance, construction people at the stadium. Like,
Yeah.
bro, then you got to think about training. They don't practice at the stadium or wherever they play. Like, they're all over the place all day.
Sure.
And like I said, you might have to go in the kitchen and make yourself a sandwich, and maybe your girl makes it. But like, you're not making a sandwich, bro. Somebody's making a sandwich for you. Like,
Pretty
you know what I
much.
mean? Like,
And that's where the delivery portion comes in. 100%.
That's crazy.
Dude.
looking up for the if anybody's gotten it twice or the rate of it. There's a Google search of can you get the coronavirus from food?
Well, yeah, if you can, if it's like on your piece of bread or some shit like that, it's possible. All right, so we're gonna jump into swatting, and the reason why is I came across an article of something that happened a couple weeks ago now, but because there has been no repercussions, it's a story, and I thought we really needed to cover it. CNN campus police in Texas entered a sleeping student's dorm room with a gun and a taser after a false report was filed. A college freshman at Stephen F. Austin State University in Texas, SFA, was sound asleep when campus police entered her room at 3 a.m. on September 14th with one officer's gun drawn, her lawyer and university officials said. The freshman, Kristen Evans, 18, hadn't committed any crime, her lawyer, Randall Kalinin told CNN. Rather, she was the victim of swatting set up by her 2 roommates. 11 women, including her roommates, were involved in the incident. SFA Chief of Police John Fields confirmed at a news conference Wednesday morning that they were all involved. The story was made up about her that said she was threatening to stab people in the room with scissors, Kalinin said. It was extremely traumatizing for her and has led to a lot of problems psychologically, and she is suffering from depression. Whenever she hears any footsteps outside her dorm room, she is always terrified. So, swatting incident, girls didn't like her, and they completely they basically said she was going to stab herself. She's sleeping. It's 3 a.m., and freaking cops go in there, gun drawn, although said it wasn't pointed at her, and another person actually had a taser. Fucked up.
This is fucked up for the people that would do that.
Well, there's the other one too.
Well, we'll get into that. Yeah, that's coming up next. But
I think it's.
There's several. I mean, this is just a recent one.
And the thing is, with the police, you can't take
think about
selfishness.
You can't take it lightly, though. You know what I mean?
No.
If somebody says, "Yo, fucking this guy has a bomb," like, yo, I'd want them to go check it out. But
you have to. Unfortunately, that's just how
but
it is
that's
these
horrible
days.
for the person.
But it's horrible
Imagine that something like that happens to you, bro.
Sure.
And she's young. She just got out of
just got out of college. Yeah.
Just got out of home.
Like her.
She was recruited as a cheerleader.
Yeah.
They're jealous, maybe.
That's the only thing. That's what I said. Jealousy.
And she was optimistic. She wanted to be part of it.
So
that's
excited.
crazy,
Yeah, man. Could you imagine? The lawyer said the individuals had convinced the dorm's resident assistant who called campus police. So basically, they went to, the resident assistant said, "You got to do this. She's going to stab herself, yada, yada," and got the assistant. So you need to have the balls to call themselves. Had this. How could you even expect to get away with this? That's what I don't understand. That's just how shows you how stupid these people are. Not only are they clearly petty, but you got to be really fucking stupid to think that you're going to get away with this shit. Or they realize, we know we're going to get away with this shit.
Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't think the RA was going to call the police.
I don't know,
They didn't
dude.
think it was going to go that far.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter though. It's still a safety issue.
It's wrong,
And
yeah.
don't let me wrong. If I'm in an unsafe situation, I'm calling the police, bro. Like I'm not gonna.
That's it.
No matter how we feel about whatever they do, sometimes it is what it is. That's why they're here.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna. Oh, somebody's downstairs with a gun. Oh, let me go downstairs. No. Hey,
Fuck that. Call the
somebody's
police.
downstairs with a gun. Like, yo, I'm
It
good.
is unclear why the students targeted the freshman. The freshman, who is black, told CNN that she believes her roommates wanted her removed from their dorm room, despite spending the day before the incident talking like normal friends. She said her race affected the school's response. "I definitely think if I was a white student, they would have been a lot faster with the punishments. Things would have been handled a lot faster." University officials say they are investigating the incident and no criminal charges have been filed yet. So this is like 2 weeks after, and they still haven't had like any criminal charges, anything whatsoever, like on these kids. That's the fucked up thing. Filing false report violates SFA code of conduct and potentially violates the law as well. Potentially? Are you fucking kidding me? It's not
Right.
potentially.
Nah, I saw something. Somebody went to prison. They have 20 years in prison for that.
So students who are found responsible will be dealt with. So 2 weeks after the incident, Kaylin says the family is still demanding that the school discipline everyone involved. LaShonda Evans, her mother, said they still kept living their lives. They stayed in the same room. Nothing was affected. So far, they face no consequences. So to them, this is something you can get away with while my child's life has been uprooted. I just want justice for my daughter. She didn't do anything wrong. And with everything that's going on, Breonna Taylor and all that shit, bro, like this is some bullshit.
Imagine if she was like curling her hair and it like
Yeah,
it was
like she
metal
could've
and
been
it
like
was like a
this.
flash.
Yeah,
and then like, oh
man.
shit, she has a gun. Or like, and then, you know
Or
what I
she
mean?
has the knife that everyone said that
Exactly.
they reported her scissors or whatever the fuck it
What if
was.
something worse would have happened?
That's
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying.
exactly
They
what
would
we're
have saw her
saying.
with like a curling iron and they would have
Yeah,
just
exactly.
shot her and thought it was something else. And then you blame everybody. Oh man, it's crazy.
So
bro.
nothing happened to the students who did that to her.
Not
No.
yet. Stephen. So Stephen or Stephen, F. Austin State University in Texas. Go fuck yourself. How about that?
Basically.
And the fucking police. Like, how can this not be at all criminal fucking like offense at
There we
all?
go, yeah. They
Like
need to
no
figure-
criminal, like not a single criminal charge has been filed. Fuck that, bro. So anyway, I just felt like we had to bring this shit up. And, I actually want to add this. This was back in 2018, and this shows you some of the shit that can go wrong. And Elodie, this is what you're referring to because you didn't know this shit took place at all. This is a complete surprise to you. So New York Times, 3 men face federal charges in fatal swatting prank. A federal grand jury indicted this once again back in 2018. Federal grand jury indicted 3 men this week, back in 2018, in a case in which a man in Wichita, Kansas, was killed by the police after a fake crime was reported as a prank. The hoax, called a swatting in allusion to SWAT teams, was never meant for the victim. Andrew Finch, 28 though, simply had the misfortune of living at the wrong address. Now 2 men accused of instigating police response, Tyler Barris and Casey Vintner, and the intended target himself, Shane Gaskill, faced serious federal charges. So basically, these guys were playing, Call of Duty online.
Duty.
Yeah, World War II. And it happens more often than you think, but they're getting their asses kicked. These people are really, really competitive. So he's like, where do you fucking live, man? Blah, blah, blah. And he gives them the old address. So these 2 guys, they call in the swatting thing.
Oh, shit.
And the cops go to the old address, and the guy's just in there freaking chilling in his house. And
they blast his ass.
they fucking kill him.
They shot,
He
yeah.
wasn't even a part of this. So all 3 of them are facing criminal charges. And the guy who was the intended victim, he's facing charges because he didn't report it. And he also was telling the guys, hey, this is a murder case now. You guys need to fucking delete this shit and watch out. So instead of doing the right thing, he actually was kind of not trying to,
the intended victim is getting charged as well?
The intended victim is getting charged because he didn't report it, and he's also telling the guys, because basically they were still gaming and they heard it on the news what the fuck happened, and they realized, yeah, dude. So the intended victim, like obstruction of justice, I think it is, because he didn't actually, he knew murder had happened, he knew it was intended for him, and he actually told the guys, actually, I have it here somewhere. Over the course of the next few hours, over the next few hours, Mr. Gaskill exchanged messages with Mr. Vintner and Mr. Barris. Gaskill being the one who's the target, and Vintner and Barris were the ones who were targeting him, antagonizing them and failing to swat them. But by around 9:50 p.m., he learned what had happened and began warning Mr. Barris to cover his tracks. No need to delete anything, he wrote in one message. Need to delete everything, he wrote in a message. According to the indictment, this is a murder case now. The charges against Mr. Barris include making a false or hoax report to emergency services, cyber stalking, making interstate threats, and wire fraud because they didn't live in the same state. Wow. The charge against Mr. Vintner of Ohio include wire fraud, conspiracy to make a false or hoax report, obstruction. Yeah, that's a bad one. Jesus. It's like swallow a fucking frog. Obstruction of justice and conspiracy to obstruct justice. And Mr. Gaskill, this is the guy who's the target, faces charges of obstruction of justice and conspiracy to obstruct justice and wire fraud. So, this shit can go wrong. It's fucked up, and I don't understand why. Oh, there it is. Yawn alert. What's up, man? It's freaking 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I should be yawning, bro.
What time did you wake up, Seth?
What time did I wake up today? Like 11, something
really?
like that. Yeah,
6:30 for me.
6:30.
What time did you go to sleep?
Yeah, that was 11 hours ago. Yeah, what time did you go to sleep?
Me?
Probably
No,
10:30, 11.
10:30. Jeez.
You slept 8 hours, bro.
The fuck, bro? No excuse.
I slept 4 hours today.
I told you,
I
drink
worked
some
last night.
fucking tea before the show.
Fucking pussy.
Seriously.
Okay,
All right, so obstruction of
room
justice. Obstruction of justice carries a penalty of up to 20 years and a $250,000 fine. So all 3 of them go away for a long
they
fucking
fucking
time,
deserve it.
dude.
Whatever. Bro.
So
Because of video games.
but it's for a lot.
It's not the first time. There's a lot of things out there, and it's true. I have a friend of mine, when he plays, he gets super angry.
Yeah, they get into it.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
good.
And it's the
But
kids
the
that
same
get
thing
more
with sports
pissed off.
stuff
Yeah,
too.
because
It's
you
not
don't know
because of
who
the
you
video
play
game.
with. You can
So-
have like 20 players at once from all around the world.
My little girl is 2 years old, and some of we don't have games like video games or whatever, but there's some games that she can play on some of her learning devices, and she gets fucking frustrated.
Game,
You
like
know,
games-
and at 2, so I can imagine.
Did you mean violent video games or video games in general, Elodie?
Well,
Say that again?
she thinks violent video games are destroying the fabric of
Yep.
humanity.
I think so because not everyone can handle it the same way.
But
But not everyone can handle Marilyn Manson the same way either.
I
So.
see my brother
that's the
lose
same
at
thing.
2K and get very mad.
Yeah, but it's not that. It gives people ideas.
Sure, it does. It does. No doubt. All right, so we're going to take our second break, and we are going to come back with Lucas's Weather. Really? Weather?
Really?
Weather?
That's not even a word.
Weather.
Maybe we need to take a
Jeez.
2-hour break.
It's these earlier shows. We're recording a little bit earlier today, and I guess I just haven't woke up yet. What were you saying, Lucas?
I was going to say Kofefe.
Kofefe. Dude, the Kofefe was so good. All right, weather. Is anyone else? I have a little bit of beef, but anyone else have beef out there? No? Okay. And then we're gonna,
Yeah, actually.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right, we'll save it. Anyone think they're an asshole? Anyone?
Am I an asshole?
No? Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
So we're gonna come back with all that. We'll come back with updates, and then we're gonna wrap it up. All right, boom. We'll be back.
I maintain my evil life.
Door face. All right, so we're gonna jump into Lucas's weather. Hold on.
Research Lucas with the weather.
All right, Lucas. So what you got? Are you ready for the weather?
Yeah.
So what do we got this week?
Dendover. Denmark.
Dendover, Denmark.
New Holland, sorry.
Dendover, New Holland. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, and where exactly is that located within?
That will be the
Dendover. So
Den-
close.
Denoever.
Okay. All right. Dendover.
Yep.
All right. So,
It is
any little? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say it is village in the Dutch province of North Holland. It is
Okay.
part of the municipality of the Hollands Kroon and lies about 11 miles east of Den Helder.
Den Helder. Okay.
Yep.
It's a lot of dens over there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Um,
So no need to worry about Celsius time. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
No, that's pretty much it. It's actually just a little bit smaller than where I live at 2,286 inhabitants in 2001.
Oh, I thought you was about to give your address right
No,
now.
he
Like,
lives
what are
in
you
the
doing?
middle.
Like-
Yeah, for sure. All right. So I guess we can start. We'll do Monday
Yeah.
through Friday. Is that
Sure.
the plan? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll.
Monday.
Just
October-
about to hit the crickets, man. You got in just in time.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Monday, October 4th. High of 57, low of 50. Showers in the late morning with precipitation at 65%.
Okay. Late morning showers.
Tuesday, October 6th. High of 58, low of 53. Mostly cloudy and a shower around with the precipitation about 80%.
80%. All right. Throw a little wind in there.
Yeah. Wednesday, October 7th. High of 58, low of 51. Partly sunny with showers around with precipitation at 63%.
Sunny. Oh, I'm losing you. Sunny and rainy.
Yep, partly sunny with showers.
Okay. Fair enough.
We have those here.
Sure. Plenty of those here.
Thursday, October 8th. High of 58, low of 50. Couple of showers with precipitation at 68%.
Dude, it's just rain. Okay.
Well, North Holland.
Sure. Fair enough.
Or,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Bend over.
Yeah. In bend over.
And
Friday?
round it out.
Bend over
Friday.
And Friday, October 9th, high of 57, low of 50, sun and clouds with precipitation at 25%.
All right. Well, some sun and clouds. We'll throw some little bit of birds in there. All right. So bend over, folks. Research Lucas. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the weather.
You're welcome.
All right, good job. All right, so I do have some beef. It's a really quick one. Facebook polls. Remember, you used to be able to make a Facebook poll. You can't do it anymore. You used to go like, I want a poll. Here are the answers. Or here's the question. Here are the answers. Pick. Because I put this poll together for what we were doing with Donald Trump, whether or not he has it, fake news, all that. And I couldn't do it. And there's like a third-party app. But the third-party app, you got to click on it. Then after you click on it, then you could do it. And I even put it in there. Don't comment. Leave it in the reactions because I didn't want to have to like calculate. And of course, there's like a dozen people that like left it in the comments and stuff like that. So Facebook, it's never going to happen. But what happened with the fucking polls? Oh, you got your sign? I see the sign.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quiet, please. Okay.
I just got an update that the motorcade is heading back to Walter Reed Hospital.
What? No.
This is a roundabout?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, God.
Live.
So hold on. Now.
But he did leave Walter Reed
Okay.
in a motorcade. And now the motorcade is heading back to the hospital.
Did he get out of the motorcade? I guess. Well, whatever.
No.
All right.
No.
Good Lord. All right. Does anybody else have beef?
I do. I thought about it.
Oh, you do? Okay. Laz with a little beef. Go for
So
it.
I like king crab and I like steam crab.
King crab. Oh,
But
remember those big like 5-pounders we used to get?
they're not that big, but
No, they were like, they were bigger than 5 pounds.
no.
Were they like
I'm talking about-
25 pounds?
I'm not talking about what I buy on the regular for myself.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, those days. Remember, we was like, just walk into the table. They're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Like $500 a pop.
Yep.
Sound like hotcakes.
So the grocery store I go to by my house, the Winn-Dixie, they're supposed to close the seafood area 30 minutes before the store closes. So I'll call like, what time are you guys closing today? Oh, 11. So that means they're supposed to close seafood area at 10 o'clock. But they'll steam it with however spices you want or whatever. So I'm thinking about it. I'm making my sides. I'm like, I'm ready to eat this shit right now. So I go there. Oh, they're closed. I'm like, what the fuck?
Really?
And this is like the 5th fucking time this happened, bro. And then I end up having to go to like 2 or 3 stores like far away from my house. Not far away from my house, but the closest grocery store is literally like a 3-minute drive. So
I mean, can you like? I guess there's nothing you could. You ever ask like, can I talk to the manager, please?
I don't want to be the black
Dude.
man Karen.
Sure.
I was going to say, Karen.
Notice I did it in my white voice too.
Yeah, like, it's just retarded because I make like a whole plan. It happens all the time though. Like
Sure.
but they're the only ones who make it good, and it's fast when it's open.
Sure.
Because even when I ended up getting it from Publix. That's on Hollandale, like closer to the beach side, and they only had like the snow crabs, which snow crabs are still good.
It's still good.
Why
It's
don't you go to Rustic Inn?
Yeah, but that's going out to eat for dinner. This is like just I want to go back home, eat
Take
my
it
crab,
home.
and go to sleep. Like you know what I mean? Like nothing.
Well, maybe they do takeout.
You're probably paying a premium though.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh
it's
yeah.
gonna-
You pay at the grocery store. You pay for whatever it costs, and they just steam it for you for free.
Sure.
I tip the guy.
Yeah. Of
I
course.
don't know if they're supposed to get tipped or not though, but I always tip them like because it's
Just
very
tip the guy and
convenient.
be like, "Yo, bro, you keep getting these tips. Keep this motherfucker
Nah,
open."
but they close, bro. There's nothing you can do about
That
it.
sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
First world problems,
That's a bummer, dude.
but still, it's so annoying.
Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, Lucas, you said you had beef, or are you an asshole? What's up?
Yeah, I got beef because of an asshole.
You got
I
beef?
already know they are an asshole.
Okay, go ahead.
Went across the street, talked to my neighbor.
Sure. Like
Came
right
across-
across the street?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
yeah, I know. Barking dogs and shit. Used to be barking
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, no, the other side.
Like,
Still is.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Went to walk back over. First step in my property, somebody else's dog shit.
Fuck, bro. You're not fenced
It's
in.
good luck. It's good luck.
It's a good
Lucas. It's good luck. Actually, I remember Benoit told me if you step on shit in your left foot, it's good luck. So
Yep.
which foot was it? That's the question.
But it has to be totally by
Right foot.
accident, right?
Right foot?
No, who steps in dog shit on purpose?
Yeah, well, that some moron who stepped on his left foot
I
came
heard
up
luck,
with that
luck,
shit.
luck.
It's good luck.
You're not fenced in, right?
No, the backyard
Don't
is front
fence
yard.
me in.
Front yard isn't.
Yeah, the backyard's fenced in, the front yard's wide open.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's not even the first time. A couple of years ago, I was weed whacking the curb
Oh, dude.
and just barely nicked a bag of dog shit.
You and the freaking like lawn care
Oh,
stories.
that's what I was gonna ask. They have to pick up their dog shit. Like I know
Yeah.
here you have no choice.
Well, yeah, you're supposed
Yeah.
to just about everywhere. You
Okay.
get a DNA
I-
that shit.
I still have a plan. If I ever see somebody letting their dog shit on my yard and they don't pick it up, I will pick it up barehanded.
Throw it at them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I
with
don't
you.
care, man, woman, or child. You go to walk a
Well,
dog,
when that
you
happens,
have bags.
let us know. That'll be a great story.
I'll get video of it.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, cool. So we
No
got a
beef?
quick.
I thought you were an asshole this week.
Well, kind of, yeah. Okay, let's say it. So my morning runs, no one is wearing a mask anymore. So I got beef about that.
I don't wear one.
I told someone, and
I
Yeah,
think
I was-
said not to do it while you're running though. But you're not supposed to be running.
no, but even walking, no one. There's not even. I wear mine underneath. So
Sure.
if there's someone, I put it back on. No.
So if you walk around this little neighborhood, you'll see signs all over the place saying you're supposed to wear them. And people wear them walking, but when I'm running, I don't wear one either. I'll be honest.
It says bad for you. You can't. You're not supposed to.
Because like when I go running, it's like noon, 1 o'clock. It's hot. It's not as bad now, but I'd be one of those guys you'd be pissed off at. But when we're walking around, we totally have them on, going to the beach and all that stuff for sure. Well, that's fair.
I'm guilty of not wearing a mask all the time. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure. All right, so I got a quick update. We'll get out of here. GoodNewsNetwork.org. Bee populations are increasing in many states, with Maine seeing 70% rise in 2 years. So, yes, very, very happy about that.
That's awesome.
So we
all because of
covered.
our podcast.
What's that?
All because of our podcast.
Yeah, it was all
Figure
because of our podcast. Now, those of you listening, or even those of you watching, if you go back to, I don't know, it's like episode 6 or 7, but we did a whole thing about disappearing bees. But they're making a comeback. It's not often you hear good news about health and prosperity of bee colonies in the United States, or globally for that matter. But recent data collections released by the U.S. Department of Agriculture show that some states are experiencing growths in colony numbers of 70% or more. Not only was there a 14% increase in the number of honeybee colonies from the period January 19th to January 2020, but the states experiencing the broadest increase in colony growth, Michigan, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Maine, added tens of thousands of colonies. Maine, the number one state for thriving bees, grew colony numbers by 73% in 2018. Michigan also saw a 50% increase over the same period. So, it looks like the bees are making a comeback, which is awesome. We need them in so many different ways. In fact, when we're in the pool over here and I see a bee in there flapping around, I swish him out, make sure he gets away okay. But we're really happy about that. So subscribe to us on YouTube, for the love of God. Review us on iTunes. You're going to see a much better presence from us moving forward with our social media, which I'm so excited about. Ready to blow this shit up. And review us, like to us, subscribe, all that shit.
Even if you disagree, let us know.
Even if you disagree, let us know. Like, contact at BWSS Podcast. Like, send us an email. I thought it sucked. I thought it was great. Maybe you could cover this next time. So we used to get. I remember we were getting requests for the weather, which is always nice for Lucas. So any last minute thoughts, Elodie?
No, I mean, thank you guys for having me, and
Sure.
I'll be back.
You'll definitely be back.
B for bees.
Oh,
back.
double entendre. Very nice. Very nice. Any last minute thought, Laz?
Nah, everything's all good.
No, Lucas?
Yeah.
Nice of you to be on time and look your best. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Butt lover. All right, well, that's it. We got Seth and Mike 1. We got Laz and Mike 2.
Yo.
We got Lucas and Mike 3.
Hey.
We got Elodie and Mike 4. All right, and that's it because we said so. We're out. Boom.
I maintain my evil life. I maintain my evil life.